Alright guys, welcome to another vlog. Today I really wanted to chat about the whole situation here at Archerfield Drift Park. If you've been following along with us, everything's been pretty crazy, and then even more so leading up to our final event, which was a few days ago. I'll show some of the event in tomorrow's video, which you guys will see. But we actually had Channel 9 come down here, and Channel 9 being involved has been really positive from a point of view of, I think it's kicked some butts into gear at the council. They finally, at 2 PM on Australia Day, sent through the email, I guess, just in writing saying that we're allowed to continue until which time they've made a final decision. So while we're definitely not completely out of the woodworks, it's definitely positive moving forward that we can continue to run events. So I've gone ahead and put up February dates. I think we're going to go sort of month by month, because we don't want to get ahead of ourselves and then, you know, say plan March or plan April events and then we turn around and we do get shut down. Obviously, fingers are crossed, save Archie, you know what I mean? Like, we obviously want to continue. The guys from Channel News got hold of me out of the blue, which was really cool. Turns out one of the drifters know one of the guys from Channel 9, and they got in contact. So huge thank you to whoever sorted that out. Actually, I believe it was Adrian Willemsey. So humongous thank you to Adrian. We've got some gardening going on here at the moment. I hope that's not too loud in the background. But yeah, anyway, we're still very much Save Archie, guys. Probably going to bring out some Save Archie shirts and stuff soon, because I really want to, I guess, I definitely want to try and raise some money to be able to give to the Speedway to help fight with the whole council thing. I think that's kind of important to try and help them as much as we can, so we can continue to have drifting here at Archerfield Drift Park. I did have a meeting at another venue, which honestly wasn't what I hoped. I guess I hoped that it was going to be a real, like, positive move forward, but it was more of a let's just do it on what we've got here, which wasn't very good at all. So, you know, we're still in a situation where we're a million times better off being here at Archerfield Drift Park, and yeah, we're pretty much going hard on some maintenance now. A lot of stuff that I'd been really not neglecting, but it's super hard to go and spend money on a place when you know, when, for all intents and purposes, you know, it's getting taken off you, you know what I mean? So there's a few bits of the track that definitely need repair that I still can't commit to repairing yet, because obviously we could still be closed down at any point. So I don't want to go ahead and spend tens of thousands of dollars getting any of these parts replaced. We are, however, band-aiding them up as good as we possibly can, which means occasionally at an event you may see a few cones out on the track, which are, you know, around a spot that we've just repaired, which, you know, the way we repair it, it honestly takes about 30 minutes for the repair to dry. So if you are at an event in the near future and you do see some cones, you know, you've seen us run out there, pour some stuff down and then put cones around it, I'd say firstly, as a driver, please be very aware that it's going to be wet, and if you run over it, you're obviously compromising the repair. So please try and avoid it at all costs until it dries. And I guess as a spectator, understand that we are just trying to keep the place going. You know, as soon as we get the green light, or if we get the green light, more so, that we're allowed to continue on as things were, you know what I mean, on a 2-year at a time basis, that's when I'll be able to, you know, invest money back into the place and fix some of this stuff up that's started to become a problem. And this El Nino, whatever that's called, this rain season that we're meant to be getting, is sort of a really scary thing for the track, because the track, the parts of the track that are still asphalt, a lot of it does have cracks in it, and that's where our issues are, I guess. So in an ideal world, we'll get the green light and we'll try and at least get some of this stuff fixed up and nice again. Yeah, so I guess from that point of view, please just try and bear with us a little bit through our makeshift repairs, because understandably we don't want to pour a bunch of money into something that we still might lose. So we'll see how it goes. We're very much still Save Archie. What other information? So the council have indicated that they're going to be doing some noise testing in this period, because they've done noise testing, and they've done noise testing with the Speedway, but under their impression they haven't done noise testing here at the Archerfield Drift Park. I personally, we're no louder than Speedway. If anything, we're a lot quieter. I know at a distance you definitely cannot hear the Drift Park where you can hear the Speedway, and from that point of view I sort of feel confident, because I don't think the sound shouldn't be an issue. You know, we don't make noise, you know. With that said, guys, if you're a driver, or if your friend's a driver, whatever, please make them 110% aware that we are going to be very, 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 very strict on the muffler rule and the dB limit. 95 dBs at 30 meters, and you absolutely must have a muffler at the end of your exhaust. You can have, for instance, a side pipe, as long as there's a muffler near the end. So you can have like a muffler and then like this much straight pipe, say 10 centimeters or so of straight pipe after that. You can't have a muffler in the middle of your car and then a straight pipe out the back or anything like that. It needs to be a muffler right near the end of your exhaust, and it must be no louder than 95 decibels at 30 meters when you're on full song. So just be very aware of that, and please don't have a hissy fit if you do rock up at the front gate without a muffler and get rejected. You know, it's written on all over the Facebook page. I'm telling you here, everybody knows that it's a rule at Archie to have a muffler, so please don't make things hard for me. Please don't make things hard for the staff. You know, like, it's a rule, and it's a simple rule. Just look after that rule, and we can all, like, we can progress together and keep the sport very much alive, because, you know, we're unbelievably lucky in Queensland where we not only have Archie, but you can do like wet skid pan stuff at Lakeside, and then you can do, you know, Queensland Raceway semi-regularly as well. But the fact that we have the multiple venues is the reason there's so many drifters here in Queensland. Like, there's simply an insane amount of drifters here in Queensland because there's so many places to go. And realistically, if we were to lose Archie, we'd lose a large chunk of drifters, because there wouldn't be enough track time available at Queensland Raceway to be able to sustain the amount of drifters that we've got. So, you know, I think it's very, very important for Queensland to, well, Brisbane, especially southeast Queensland, to keep Archerfield Drift Park, and for us as drifters in general to be able to keep Archerfield Drift Park, because I don't even know, man, like, I don't think people realise how freaking convenient it is having a track that you can just go to once or twice a week. Like, and it's so cheap to come here as well, like $80 to drive, like, that's retarded. I mean, that's silly cheap. So I guess, you know, it's, let's say it's 60 or 70 extra dollars, so it's almost double the price to go to Queensland Raceway, but you're travelling, for most people, you have to travel a lot further to get out to Queensland Raceway, and if you've got a problem with your car, you've sort of spent double the amount on the entry, plus the cost to get out there. Like, even if you're going to QR, it makes sense to come here, pay $80, and even just drive for 30 minutes to make sure your car is sweet, and then you're going out to QR like the following night or something. So I think for a lot of people, even more so recently, they've come to the realization that, you know, having Archie is even just a testing bed where they can just go multiple times to test their car really cheaply. You know, in the long run, it saves so much time. Because you imagine realistically with, and this is not me bagging QR. I drive QR. I'm entered for Matsuri. I like going to morning sessions and stuff. Like, I like going to QR as well, okay? So don't take it as me bagging out QR. But if you look at it from this point of view, if you're building a car and your car, let's say, like any car, you have teething issues. So you go out to a Friday night. They happen once to twice a month at Queensland Raceway. So you go out to the first one, you have some sort of clutch issue, you know, whole day written off, hundreds of dollars spent, and you know, you can't fix it while you're at the track. It's all done and said. 3 weeks later, there's another Friday night, or even a month later, you go out there and you flick an entry in and your knuckle breaks, or freaking just anything, like your cooler pipe keeps popping off or something. That's another night written off. All of a sudden, it's been over a month and you've still got a freaking car that doesn't work, and you've spent, you know, a fairly decent chunk of money to work out that your car doesn't work. Where I guess having a track like this that's very close to a lot of people, being pretty much in Brisbane City and being very cheap to come and drive at, you could have came here on a Tuesday, given it a test, realised, what did I say the first time around, clutch. You could have gone home Wednesday night, fixed your clutch, come back here on Thursday night, tested it out, realised your intercooler pipes popped off, come back on Sunday and your car's ripping, and all of a sudden in 1 week you've had 2 like big problems and fixed them, and still got out on track on that Sunday and done 7 hours of non-stop drifting. Like, where can you do that? You can't. So that is one thing that I think you know, we really need to be aware of, with just how lucky we are to have this venue in Queensland. Like Archerfield Drift Park, I'm from Melbourne originally, and Archerfield Drift Park is one of the big reasons I moved to Queensland. You know, I saw Queensland Raceway, I was like, wow, like they have these morning sessions and Friday nights and stuff. I'm like, that's sick. But then there's this Archerfield track that's open literally every week. Like, coming from Victoria, or I've lived in SA, I've lived in Perth, you know, and Sydney's probably worse than all of those when it comes to track time. So I've never even remotely wanted to live in Sydney. So yeah, when you look up at Queensland and the sheer crazy amount of track time we have here, it's wild. It really is. So I guess I just wanted to make this video to sort of let you guys know what's going on with the drift park, and the fact that, you know, honest to God, guys, on Tuesday, on Australia Day, like, my wife was in tears half the day. You know, my head was an absolute mess, because we still believed it was our last day until it was about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon when I got a call from John Kelly from the Speedway, and he said the council sent through the letter, you guys can continue to run as you would usually, starting in February, and until such time as the council and Speedway have reached an agreement. So for that, you know, the amount of relief that afternoon was just insane. You know, honestly, Tiana was, I don't know if she wants me to tell people, but she was crying a good chunk of the morning. You know, we've lost, you know, it's not the business, it's not any of that. Like losing Archerfield. She learnt to drift here. You know, it means a lot to us on a personal level, from like the place, you know, the feelings that you get when you come here and everything is just, you know, it's unbelievably cool. So that's some of the news. And the other piece of news I wanted to pass on is Black Arts Factory are no longer doing the tyres here at Archerfield Drift Park. I have another person lined up. If they fall through, Archerfield Drift Park will probably end up running the tyre services ourselves. So I would say for the next few events upcoming, I would say we'll do our absolute best to have a tyre changer here. But I would say, if possible, try and make sure you've got your tyres fitted before you come out. I'll let everybody know on the Facebook page and stuff if anything changes. But otherwise, you know, we will have either somebody else in there very soon, or I'll bring my tyre machine and stuff down and employ someone to run the tyre changing out of the tyre changing facilities here at the drift track. So yeah, that's the only other bit of news. And other than that, guys, please keep coming out to the drift park and supporting. You know, I don't even want to say it, but at the end of the day, like, our days could still be numbered. we might be fine. I just don't know, and it's still a really crappy feeling not knowing our future here at the drift park. But getting that extra month feels pretty amazing, even though, you know, it's only a month at a time. I think we still need to be really, really, really thankful and, you know, thinking positive to a good result, you know what I mean? Again, I can't thank Channel 9 enough for coming out here and, you know, showing people what we do and putting out a positive news story about drifting, because that's really tough. And we've been lucky enough to have a couple of news stories done now with DCA and now with Archerfield, really positive drifting news in the media, which we're really proud of as well. So we want to just keep that positive movement going and keep pushing forward in the right direction. Again, just keeping positive, guys. If you can, come out here and drive. If you can't come out and drive, come out here and watch and support. Make sure when you're driving in and out of the area, just take it easy. Literally, like, not a single person that revs their engine out the front we think is cool. Like, you literally look like an idiot. Because if you're revving your car out the front thinking they're impressing anyone, you're obviously not, because everyone's impressed by the people that were out here drifting. Like, you revving your car out the front or doing a skid down the street, like, literally every single person thinks you're a dickhead. So I guess keep that in mind and be smart around the local area when you're coming in and out, because that's, you know what I mean? Like, we justify having a drift park by the fact that people won't, you know, there'll be less likelihood of people being stupid on the street, and it really makes the drift park look stupid if someone comes out and acts like an idiot after an event. So I guess a couple things to keep in mind, guys, and it'll just help us grow the drift park and give us far more potential to, you know, continue to go forward with the drift park. And yeah, I think that's all I've got to say. I've blabbered on for a while, but there's a lot of information I really wanted to get out to you guys, and this is the best platform to do it. Please share this video around, guys. If you can, share the events around as well. You know, we want this to, you know, people to be aware that, yeah, they are still, you know, potentially closing us down, but things are definitely looking far more positive now moving forward. And like I said, fingers crossed, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, jump on my store, grab some merch. We are going to attempt to get some Save Archie stuff out soon, and if we do, my plan is to use that money to help Speedway with the lawyer fees, because they're about $12,000 down in lawyer fees right now fighting this for us. So yeah, thanks guys, I'll see you in tomorrow's vlog.